Hi everybody and welcome to this channel, Freya's Crone. My name is Melody. For those of you who are new to this channel, welcome and welcome back to my returning subscribers from my other channel. I'm grateful for each and every one of you guys and all the love and support that you've been giving me on this YouTube journey. So please continue with them thumbs up. Make sure that you do that so that you can connect with the messages. Leave a kind comment. If you are not yet subscribed, hit that subscribe button and little notification bell. And if you know somebody these videos will resonate with, go right ahead and share them. All of that helps to get me out on the YouTube platform, and it is greatly appreciated. This video is for the month of October. It is also a general reading, so only take the messages if they resonate with you. Also, for the star sign of Aquarius, it doesn't even matter where your placement is. I'm not putting placements on this particular video. So in the month of October, we have the full moon in tropical Aries, and it will be in sidereal Pisces. And we have on October 21st, the new moon in Libra, Scorpio. All right, it's tropical Scorpio, sidereal Libra. We also have in the month of October, Pluto will be ending its retrograde on October 14th in your sign, Aquarius. It is tropical Aquarius and sidereal Pisces. All right, so there's a lot of Piscean energy floating around in the air. It has been for the last couple of months. So let's go ahead and get started, Aquarius. We're going to start off and checking in and seeing what the energy looks like around you. What is the energy? What does it look like for the Aquarian collective? What's the energy around the Aquarian collective for the month of October? Please and thank you, Spirit. Alrighty, let's check and see what this energy looks like for the Aquarius collective for the month of October. And we have love yourself. And on the bottom of the deck, do what you love. So do what you love yourself, raise your self-esteem. Don't only be a partial of who you are. It's about authenticity is something that I am feeling. Love yourself for the Aquarian collective. It is a number 45, so that adds up to a 9, but it's a 4 and a 5, so 4s represent working hard, healing, building something, and 5s talk about overcoming challenges, and exactly, do what you love what you do, but it starts with self. You got to be happy with what you're doing. You got to be happy with yourself. You got to have a healthy self-esteem and not only be a partial to people around you, situations around you. All right, I see an energy of authenticity. Your communication with another or others may be challenging at this time. Misunderstandings can arise. Power struggles may appear, leaving you frustrated and feeling blocked. So you're being called to fully love, listen, and gently communicate so that understanding and peace will prevail. It is wise to be less demanding of and more patient with others. Perhaps your expectations of others are too high. Your needs may not be clearly understood. They may want what others cannot give you. You may want what others cannot give you. You can and should give more to yourself. Practice self-love in all your relationships, beginning with yourself. The more you love yourself, the better things will flow with others. Ask yourself what you want from others that you aren't getting. What are you denying or rejecting in yourself that you want someone else to give you? Most important right now is to ease up on self-judgment and love yourself completely, even with all your imperfections. Nothing can improve upon self-love at this time to ease the stress. When you cherish yourself, you are more open to the affection and gift of others, but not before. Try not to overreact to the challenges at hand or exaggerate differences with others. Everyone is doing their best. With more self-love, that will become clear. So again, it's about raising your self-esteem and not only being partial, right? And then, it talks about asking with sincerity. So, and it's in reverse. So there is something that maybe you want from somebody else that you are not sincere about. And it's because you are looking outside of yourself for this happiness when actually happiness starts with self. All right. So let's see where you're at on your journey. Where is the Aquarian Collective at on their journey? Please and thank you, Spirit. Where's the Aquarian Collective at on their journey? Discovering the truth. You stand in the light of the truth. So you're going to be discovering something. Maybe it's just better off that you go off on your own instead of being in the sheep. Sheep are followers. So maybe it's time to go off on your own and discover what you want. Instead of looking for somebody else to fulfill this cup, fulfill the cup of love, fill the cup of what you feel you want or you need. All right. And then on the bottom of the deck, we have Wandering Path. Enjoy the journey. So Wandering Path, you could see there's a fox energy on there. There's somebody who's sly, cunning. And I feel like that's because somebody's asking, but their sincerity it's not on target. It's because they're looking outside of themselves to fulfill something within themselves. And whatever you are asking for is not authentic. It is not the truth. All right. So there is an emotion within you that needs to be cleared so that you can follow that inner compass instead of wondering, well, what do I do next? Right. Listen to the wisdom that rises from your soul, even if those around you do not agree. Trust your instincts. Be yourself, whatever the situation, and respond from an authentic place inside. Be starkly honest with yourself. Speak your truth, live your truth, walk your talk. Listen to your inner guidance and follow it. You radiate the energy of truth to others so that they can find their truth. If you are facing a decision and your mind says one thing and your heart says another, follow the dictates of your heart and you'll be on the right path. If you get a nudge to speak to someone or go in a particular direction, don't hesitate. Follow this guidance. On your journey, others may indicate what path you should take and why. You can listen to their advice. However, if your heart indicates another way, follow that. Why? Because there's an essence of insincerity in there. This is an adversary. And they're telling you, Aquarius, that it's time to switch tracks because the direction you're heading in is not the right path. If you are doing this to somebody else or somebody is doing this to you, it's time to stop being the follower. It is time to be the leader. There's a place inside of yourself that always knows the truth. Take time to be still to discover the genuine place of knowing within. Often, the hardest thing about living your truth is discovering what it is. So it's important to slow down, be quiet, and listen to the whispers of your soul. If there's an area of your life in which you're not being authentic or where you're not in integrity with your values, this is a time to make some changes. So that is what I see here. So let's go ahead and see what's the moon energy. We're going to pull the top card for the full moon in Aries, and then the bottom card will be for the new moon in Scorpio. What does the moon's energy look like around the Aquarius collective? Please and thank you, Spirit. Okay, full moon in Aries. We have a new start is coming. So a new beginning is coming with. I feel we're talking about the full moon in Aries, right? But within the next couple of weeks, a new start is coming with the new moon in Scorpio. And nothing is yet set in stone, right? So with the mutable energy, this talks about that new beginning. But nothing is yet set in stone until you heal that topsy-turvy emotion of insincerity, of low self-esteem, of somebody not being authentic, right? So you are going to receive some sort of an answer that you may be searching for as well. Maybe you're wondering about. But you look, there's that compass on there, and I keep drawing my eyes to that compass. See how the fox is looking at the camera? Somebody is not paying attention to that inner voice. They're too busy being sly and cunning, right? Wondering maybe what somebody else is doing or what somebody else would think, right? So you need to purify that emotion because, look, it is all over the place. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to the next portion. I think I lost my little cheat card here. Don't know where it's at. Alright, so let's go ahead and shuffle up these cards. These are, this is the Zombie Tarot. Because we're talking about the month of October, I felt compelled to bring out the Zombie Tarot for the Aquarian collective. And this is Lenormand. Alrighty. Please and thank you, Spirit. Alright, so the first card represents the month of September. So we have the Page of Cups. And we have the heart energy here. So the number 24 could be significant. And then we have the Jack of Hearts, which represents the Jack or the Knight of Cups, which is somebody who's very authentic, somebody who's very dreamy, can live perhaps in a bit of a fantasy world if it's over emotional. But this is somebody who is kind of like the knight in shining armor, wears their heart on their sleeve. So with the Page of Cups coming through here, the pages can represent children, younger adults. It could also represent an offer of some sort coming through here. Because why? Because somebody is discovering the truth about a situation, about love with the Page of Cups. This also represents Piscean energy. So we had the full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces. We also have Saturn retrograde in Pisces. We have Neptune retrograde in Pisces. We have the moon, the full moon in Aries in Sidereal Pisces. So there's a lot of Pisces energy here. You can see how these two people are mirroring one another. So there is an essence of a mirroring happening between you and another person. The Page of Cups often represents a social invitation, somebody being invited out. But I feel like there is this sly, cunning energy. Somebody asking, but what they're asking for is not of sincerity. It is not of authenticity. It is not of the light. It is not of the truth. I feel like, and this could be being mirrored back to another person. Maybe somebody is walking away here. You can see how he's got his back to the new start and he's walking towards the love yourself. So somebody could be saying, you know what? Your love is insincere and I want to go in a new direction. I'm not a sheep. I'm not a follower. I also feel this energy of a sheep in, or a wolf in sheep's clothing, like masking energy. All right. So what's happening immediately when you come across this video? Okay, so we have the Chariot, which represents movement, success, movement forward. But you can see there's a female here. She is half naked. So there's an essence of intimacy here. So somebody could be, and look, she's looking out the window like she is waiting for something. Somebody maybe to show up. We have 729. So 29 adds up to an 11. But the Chariot card represents travel. It represents success. It represents movement. But something needs to end. See the casket hanging out, and I feel like that's that new moon energy that is coming. Something needs to end. See how these two, male and female, got their backs to one another. So there could be an ending in a relationship here, and somebody may be moving on. But there is somebody who looks like she is waiting for something, and she's got her hand over her heart, right? Over the heart here. There is this energy of somebody being ill. And we have the Ace of Spades, which is the Ace of Swords. So somebody could be discovering the truth and deciding to go their own way. Why? Because they're discovering the truth of somebody's sly, conniving energy when it comes to love. Whatever they asked for, it did not come from the energy of love. It came from the energy of, oh, I have to be sly, I have to be cunning, I have to figure out a way to get what I need or get what I want. So there is definitely, like I said, some emotions that are up and down. Like there's a lot of turbulence. All right. So for the rest of the month, we have the 7 of Wands and the Ring. So what I feel is with the 7 of Wands, somebody may have the upper hand on some sort of a battle here. But I also feel too, somebody needs to put their defenses down is something else in the beginning. Or somebody could be feeling attacked on an emotional level. We have the Ring here, which talks about engagement, could talk about marriage, could talk about, and then it's the Ace of Wands. Remember, I felt the energy of intimacy. The Ace of Wands could represent intimacy. I see 11 coming through here, so you could be seeing that. I see 7. It could be Chirp 7s coming through here, 777. So October 7th could be very significant for you. I also feel the energy of a surprise. Something's going to catch you by surprise. Let's go ahead and put that there. We're going to pull another one for the rest of the month. Oh, look, there's another 7. Huh. What did I say about the double sevens? 777 is very significant for you, Aquarius. So we have the Seven of Hazards, and then we have a bridge. So we have 711. We have 1111 again coming through here, but we also have a 711. So that could be significant. But the Seven of Hazards talks about making a plan. Somebody who was making a plan here with that fox energy. Somebody who was very sly, somebody who was very conniving, somebody who was making some sort of a plan instead of listening to that still small voice within them. It's like they were doing everything that they could to get their needs fulfilled here. Okay? See how he's got that on his head, right? I'm seeing that doll. See how the doll's head's detached from the body? That head, the head energy, like the crown or a skull or the crown chakra, something along them lines. But the Seven of Hazards talks about, the seeds that you have sown and the seeds that have grown from the things that you have sown. And now they're telling you that, 11 is mastering something. Okay? With the Seven of Hazards coming through here, somebody is making a plan, or there is some sort of a plan that was in place to reap a reward perhaps that really did not belong to them. Okay? So that's what I see for the rest of the month. All right, so I see 777, so I feel October 7th will be significant. You got 3 sevens, which adds up to a 21. In the 21, actually 1021 is when the new moon is. All right. So what do you not see coming? Well, we have the Knight of Wands and the birds and another 7 coming through here. So what do you not see coming is some sort of a message coming from a Knight of Wands. Somebody who is here for the good time, not the long time. Somebody who is a bit of a player. Somebody who could be very arrogant, self-centered. Their sense of loyalty, right? In the relationship, I'm seeing 2 and then 1. So 1221 or 1222 could be significant, and that makes perfect sense with the mirroring energy. So what do you not see coming is some sort of a message. Birds represent messages. Messages from a player. Somebody who is, again, there for the good time. Not the long time. Somebody who's very arrogant. Somebody who's very cocky. Again, somebody who will do anything to get their needs fulfilled. Because why? Because they're unhappy. There's something that needs healed within them. We have another 7 coming through, the 7 of Pentacles twice. So again, this is somebody who made a plan. Somebody who made a plan to reap a reward no matter what the cost, right? Even if it meant being insincere or meant being inauthentic. So there is some sort of truth being revealed, and it's about a partnership. Okay, so let's go ahead and get a final message to the Aquarian Collective. From the Most High. Please and thank you, Spirit, for the Aquarian Collective. A send-off message to the Aquarian Collective. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7s. Somebody may need to be honest, not only with themselves, but with another person. Alrighty. Knock, knock, a number 14. Let's take a look on the bottom of the deck. And baby steps. So you got 5s, 5, 5, 5 coming through here too. Alrighty, so knock knock. So a final message to the Aquarian Collective. Knock knock. No, you aren't hearing things. The universe is sending signs and guidance. Divine messengers, probably even neon billboards. Could be a better time to answer the door and see who's come a knocking. But be aware, because this person is only there for the good time. They're not there for the long time. This is somebody who's very arrogant and self-centered. But they can be very passionate. There is this energy of passion there. But with them holding that hand up, right, there is a message coming in. Knock, knock. Absolutely, especially with the birds. And I feel like, too, this could be somebody, still small voice, knocking on them, their soul. Hello. Hello. I'm trying to get your attention here. Everything is baby powder fresh right now. It's new, it's exciting, and of course, you're not quite sure how it's going to work out. You're not supposed to. It would ruin the surprise. But go ahead, take that first step. All great quests have got to begin somewhere. Alright, so there very well could be a baby on the way with the Page of Cups here. Somebody could be pregnant, and it could be having morning sickness. Is something else that I'm getting as well. So thank you for watching, Aquarius.